Welcome to Vintage Coin-Op Restorations and Rockola's Army Navy. Well, what we're looking at here is a restored Army Navy, not by us, but by someone else, and I think we're going to be restoring it one more time. Why? Well, there's a couple things. Just by looking at it, it's got the right brown, but that color should probably be down in this panel, and it'd be a little lighter brown on the outside. Also, the paint on the cabinet and the relief is supposed to be like a light powder metallic hue to it. So when you catch it in the right light, you'll see a little bit of a metallic, I guess call it a metallic paint. So that's one of the things that we'll be redoing with the cabinet. And if you look really close to some of the details, we got some cracking here, there's some over here. And just overall, the feel of the cabinet is kind of rough. It's like it's been painted over a 120 grit. So not the level that we want this machine to be. Another thing, as we look, this machine has this wood edge. Not typical for the Army Navy. This might have been put on because of extreme damage to the cabinet at one time, but at the same time, it could have been that Rockola used this cabinet for a couple other games, and the Army Navy was able to fit into this cabinet as a possibility. Because it does look pretty good, so I'm not going to shoot out and say it's not original, it's not supposed to be there. But, you know, they didn't make these games to make them look great. They made them to make money. So if you had an extra play field, stick it in the cabinet, move it out the door. So what we're probably going to do is detail this up, fix this. You know, I see a lot of these nail holes. I'd like to kind of blend them in a little bit so they don't look so obvious. You know, there's a little bit of scratching. I don't know, maybe that's from shipping. But some things that we'd like to do. We also, and if you see my other machines, we usually have this whole thing all chrome plated. And, you know, here someone's using a bugle head Phillips screw. Should be straight slotted. The handles here are brass. And they are originally brass. I have done machines and I left them brass. I also have done some that we have chrome plated. So depending on the collector and the other machines he has, that's possible to change. As for the machine itself, the casting they all have been polished. You've got some straight screws, you got some Phillips screws. It looks like that might be the original paper inside there for the numbers. But the playfield itself has been restored, and they did a very nice job on it, I will say. I mean, you can see a little bit of ball marks, but that playfield isn't getting scratched. What you're catching is what I think all these little lines are is because someone went inside the cabinet and sprayed some WD-40 on there, and it's picking up the WD-40, and that's what all these little marks are on this playfield. Otherwise, here you're missing some nails that we're gonna have to put on here. Again, we like to usually chrome plate all this stuff, but it is all original, and it might be fine just the way it is. As we come around to the marquee, this is a reproduction marquee with the reproduction paper inside there. Again, you're looking at all this, you know, this is just from woodworking that, you know, whenever you paint it, you know, you got to fill this stuff in and detail it so you don't see all your woodworking marks and stuff. So that'll have to be fixed. And now we come to the legs. It's nice to see original leg levelers, but what's the problem there? The problem is there are two different sets of legs, two different sets of leg levelers, and not only are the leg levelers different, the legs are different. This right here are These are, I think, they could be original legs, Rockola legs. They are correct. But when you come over here, with that different top like that, I believe that these two here are early Bally pre-war legs. So you got two different legs. They line up pretty good, so that's not the problem, but you know, the profile should be like that. And as we come around the back, you can see all the striations of the wood, which is normal, but that's not how we do it. We'd like to have this perfectly smooth, just like the rest of the cabinet. And they had to add this little funky piece of wood back here to hold up the marquee. I think we could probably design something better than that. Overall, the machine, like I said, the playfield looks very good. I can see someone did some, someone had some special soldering or welding going on here. This is the ball catch. The machine itself looks all original, meaning inside looks original. It doesn't look like it's really been shopped out, except with WD-40. You can see a lot of dirt, a lot of rust, a lot of dried up grease inside there, and that's part of the reason why this particular machine isn't working so smooth. And I say that because, let's just try here. When you put the kick for a goal, this should trigger the point and move these. So, well, that time it actually went in there, but the weight of it should have made our ball move. Well, see, exactly. We got a ball lost inside the machine. Oh, there it is. All these things should run super fast and super smooth. Here we have a ball that this was a goal, and I gotta use my, yeah, see, she's still inside there, and it works, but then it doesn't work. I've seen this. I've seen people try to fix this machine, with cleaning certain parts, and it just doesn't seem to be the way to do it. And that's why we take this whole thing completely apart on the back and blast it all, put it all back together. And I think about 9 out of 10 times, once we do that, oil and get all the old crud off it, these machines come back to life. Let's just try this 40 yard. Yeah, see, she doesn't. It's still stuck inside there's a track underneath here. So right there, now it went forward. And this right here should have gone up to a full, yeah, so that's not working also. Yeah, the flywheel inside here just does not have enough power to move everything. So it has to be, we move it along, and that's why I suspect all the little marks we're seeing on there is WD-40. It works sometimes, but this mechanism on this machine is probably one of the most complicated mechanisms made pre-war for a pinball machine. And if you watch my videos, there are pictures of it on Facebook, how the back of this playfield is. If you have one of these machines for sale or you need one restored, please contact us at 630-624-7466. Thanks for watching.